Much for watching my YouTube channel for Women Supporting Women Wednesday. Be sure to click the notification box up top and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are here every week, every Wednesday, highlighting a successful entrepreneur, mom, boss. And tonight we have Sheena Morning, the owner of Civella Beauty Academy. How you doing, boo?
Good. Thanks for having me, Ruth.
Yes, boo. It's so good to have you. I have watched you, and I have seen you. We met in a space of, I'm trying to think. I think one of my girlfriends introduced us when it came to me getting my hair done. I was fussing about me not finding a hairstylist in the area that could not do my hair. And she gave me your info and we hit it off from there. And it's been history since. And I think that's been like what, 7 years?
It hadn't been quite that long, but because the school has been open for 3. So it's probably been about 4, maybe going on 5.
Okay. Look, I was like, I remember sitting in your living room crying about my business.
Yes.
Listen, we've been there. So look, I want you to look, the floor is yours. I want you to tell everybody what you're doing. I know you have this amazing school and I know you are, teaching when it comes to the cosmetology aspect, but that's not all that you do. So tell everybody about your academy and all the different things you're doing as an entrepreneur.
Okay. Well, as Ruth said, my name is Sheena. My name is Sheena Morning. I've been in the cosmetology industry for this weekend actually is my anniversary for 19 years. So, 19 years. Wow. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for about 12 years now.
Wow.
And so I've been in the hair industry, served as a hairstylist for a number of years full time. And then this coming August will make 3 years that I've opened up the Cosmetology School. So, yes. So
own Cosmetology School, okay?
Yeah. So I'm owner and operator of Civella Beauty Academy. It's in Goldsboro, North Carolina. I live in Raleigh, but the school is in Goldsboro, North Carolina. A lot of people ask me, why did I choose that area? And I tell them that's where the need was. Right. There are a lot of amazing cosmetology schools already here in the city of Raleigh. Right. And so I chose to go where the need was at the time. And so we're coming up on 3 years. It's been a ride. It's been a ride.
The woes of entrepreneur.
Yes.
But people don't understand, that walk and, having to go through, all the different dimensions and the woes and, going from, being in behind the chair to now teaching. So how has that transition been for you? I'm telling your clients, because I was one of them.
Yeah.
I don't do your hair no more. And I was like, Sheena.
Yes.
How has that transition been?
That was a big transition because that's all I did for so many years. So, right. Being behind the chair, servicing my clients, and not only were they clients, but some of my clients turned into lifelong friends,
Mm-hmm.
And then I know even as a stylist, how hard it is to find a stylist that you feel like you can just sit down in their chair and just kind of like exhale, allow them to do their thing. So that was a big thing. That was a big transition for not just my clients, but me, myself. And then just having the faith to let that comfort zone go to embark upon this new, endeavor as a cosmetology instructor and owner of the school. Right. So it was a lot of transition. I did for probably about a year work on a plan for it. But as you know, as a business owner, entrepreneur, a lot of stuff never goes as planned.
Right.
And so once I got there, you make these commitments, you sign these leases and, commercial space leases, at least 5 years and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Things don't go as planned. It can shake you, so I was shook a lot of times, but, just God's grace, he's allowed me to come up on this 3rd year. And we're growing, we're growing. But it was a major transition, going from just servicing clients, talking to them one-on-one to now dealing with groups of women at one time.
Right.
I'm still getting used to that.
Right.
I'm still getting used to that.
I know you made a valid point. You said, I went where the need was. As an entrepreneur, I think a lot of people, most of the time, the people that ask you those questions are entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Because one of the main things that we learn in business is that you go where the need is. You go where people need the service and we need the support. You don't go where it's saturated.
Right.
So I think that's like one of the main things you have to hone in on as an entrepreneur, and you talk about, entrepreneurship 101 is location. Location is key. You don't want to open up, a salon or a school or whatever business someone else is doing, and it's 1,000 of them. You know what I'm saying? It made sense for you to go somewhere where it was a need.
Right.
It was beneficial. The people in the community needed the school because they had to travel over an hour to get to a school nearby. So, that's I wanted to really like touch on that piece that you said, because people don't really talk about it enough, especially as entrepreneurs. Location is like very important.
It's funny you say that, because how we do it at the school is they go through like basic training almost.
Okay.
And after the basic training, then they go into deeper aspects of cosmetology. So we do different modules. We may have a hair cutting module, we may have a coloring module, but now we're actually in the business module.
Wow.
So that was something that I shared with them today, that for those who want to go into ownership, location, is one of the key things. So yeah.
I love it. And you guys are doing everything. So tell the people some of the stuff you guys do at your school. Like, what are some of the areas that I guess is like a specialty, or is it any services that you don't provide?
Right. Okay. So as far as the curriculum side, we offer 2 programs. So the first being cosmetology. And cosmetology, when they come to school and they receive the hours and the training to go and sit for the board to become a licensed cosmetologist, what a lot of people don't understand is that cosmetology license is the master license. So once you get licensed, once you receive that particular license, you're able to function in any aspect under or as a beauty professional. So say, for instance, you go to cosmetology school. You start off having a love for hair, wanting to service hair, but then you decide, well, now I want to go over into the aesthetic side and I want to focus on skincare. I want to focus on lashes. They can operate as an esthetician while having their cosmetology license. So same thing with nail tech. They go in, they start off wanting to do hair, but then as they learn more about nail technicians and nail practices and nail services, they may want to go into that lane. Well, again, as a cosmetologist, you're licensed to operate as a nail technician as well.
Right.
So that's the beautiful thing about cosmetology. And we also offer natural hair care. So that is that's a specialized course. And those students that graduate with natural hair care, they're licensed to perform like braiding, locks, sew-ins. They're not licensed to do any type of chemicals, but there are a lot of people who love to just focus on that or in that lane. So that works really well for them. So that's the curriculum side. And then we also service the public. So clients can come in and they can receive services from our students at a discount rate. And we do a little bit of it all. We do, basic manicures. We do hair coloring, hair cutting. We do a lot of natural styling. We do facials. So our students are able to get a lot of hands-on training.
I love it. I know a couple of years ago you had me come and talk to the students. That was like really inspirational for me. Just doing that, because when I was in high school, I wanted to take like the college credits in, back where I'm from, it was Vance Granville. So, and I just was like, I don't have the time. I'm already working full time and I'm doing this. So I never got a chance to do it. So, coming there was really like inspiring, seeing you, first of all, you created a lane of your own. You know what I'm saying? You didn't mimic what other people were doing. You created your own lane. And that's what I talk about all the time when it comes to being an entrepreneur. People think that they got to copy what somebody else is doing, or they have to mimic what the next person is doing. You created your own lane, your own school, and that's what you're doing. And I think that's amazing, especially as a Black female,
Yeah, when you came, Ruth Girl, we were fresh.
Well, I couldn't tell. I thought it was amazing. I think
Thank you.
Everything was just, I've been in schools before and I didn't feel no different. So I think I think you hit it on, you spot on. I haven't been since then. So I can't imagine what it looks like now.
Yeah. Thank you, girl.
Yes. So outside of you being the boss, outside of you teaching and doing these courses and stuff, what is Sheena doing for self-care?
Okay, so I wanted to be prepared for that question. So I'm gonna tell you what myself. I'm gonna show you what a little bit of my self care is, girl. So
Okay.
I'm a huge journaler. Like,
yes.
like in all of these journals that I'm showing you, like I actually am currently writing in.
Wow.
So
Gotta add mine to that one.
You said what? Right.
I gotta add mine to that list.
Yes. But every morning, it's routine.
I love it.
It's
Wow.
routine. Every morning, and I get my coffee. I'm a coffee girl, and I drink tea time. Tea time is another one of my self-care practices that I do at night.
I love it.
So I like to just kind of break myself down from the day. But in the morning, habitually, I get up, I get my coffee, and I listen to inspirational music just to kind of get my mind right. And then from there, I start journaling and I start praying. So I read my prayer journal first because I just like to, first of all, just kind of start off with me and God first.
Right.
Because that is one of my priorities, my relationship and my engagement with God. Right. Then I have my engagement with myself. Right. Because just experiencing some of the things that I've experienced in these past few years, I find it very important to really start to get to know me at this stage in my life. Right. So that is where my journaling comes in. And then I have one of my friends gifted me with a journal, and it's called The Law of Attraction. And it's a very detailed journal. So you basically follow the prompts. Okay. And so between that and listening to one of like I call them like my trusted voices. I don't know her personally, but I resonate with when I listen to her. I heard her say that she had her life planned out for the next 20 years.
Wow.
So that challenged me. And so in my journal, I actually have my 20-year plan. So I know what I want to be.
I need to write that down.
Yeah. So I know what I want to be doing. I'm 38 now. So at 58, I know what I want to be doing. And I never would have in a million years thought that I would plan out that far. Right. So that's a big aspect of what I do for self-care. And then addition, like one of my sweet spots, I love to go to the spa. I like going to like coffee shops, just, and of course, traveling. I'm starting to be able to do that a little bit more, which I'm thankful for. Yeah. But I would really say like the top of the list for self-care is really that journaling and self-reflection.
I love it. So, I know me and you have walked this journey together and, it's kind of been just between me and you. Me and you have both went through a divorce at the same time, and we were both healing at the same time. And so we were very supportive with one another. How you doing? Check-ins. It would be, early in the morning, Sheena texting me, "You good, friend? How you doing?" Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, stuff like that goes a long way because sometimes people that's around you don't understand what you're dealing with. And I knew that you understood what I was dealing with, and I understood what you was dealing with. So how has that healing process been? Like, how have you gotten to this space of peace and happiness? I see you smiling, and I think that, I think you are in a good place when it comes to, coming out of that hole, because it takes us time to get out of a hole, especially when you're leaving a marriage, Right. So how have you dug out of that hole, and how have you really been able to just pour back into you and love on you?
How have I dug out of the hole? First of all, the grace of God. Girl. The grace of God. If you've gone through a divorce, you can relate. If you have not ever gone through a divorce, the closest thing to going through a divorce is probably like experiencing your spouse dying. Right. But some would even venture to say that divorce is worse than death. Right. Because it's like, death is a little bit more final. Divorce is like you die and you still got to keep living.
Right. And you still possibly got to see this person.
Right. So yeah, the grace of God, first of all. Yes. But for me personally, it's been a lot of work. Yeah. It's been a lot of intentional work. It's been a lot of reading certain things that relate specifically to my healing journey. Well, first of all, let me back up. after going through the divorce, it helped me to see me better. Helped me to see me better. And from being able to see me, I knew the areas that I needed to focus on as far as healing was concerned. Right. So I would choose and pick literature that focus specifically on those topics. Right. So I would really read them. I would dissect them. I would try to meditate on them and then implement those practices. You know what I'm saying? Implement what I've learned. Counseling. I'm an advocate for counseling. They help me to see what I couldn't see, because when you're in the midst of a situation, you can't see. You know, you cannot see clear. You know, so you have to have those trusted advisors. You have to have those YouTube videos. If you can't go to counseling, you have to have those books, because you can't see. Like, you really can't see. And so you're able to come out of it on the other side. You know, it's still a journey. You know, it's still a journey because it's not that far removed. But now that I'm on the other side of it, you know, hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020. But to go back to your question, that's how I feel like I was dug out of that hole, because it's a hole. It's a hole. The grace of God, and then really doing hard work. You know what I'm saying? Hard work, and really starting to be honest with myself.
Yep, I agree. I mean, I definitely had my moments. It was times when you might text me and I'll be like, girl, it's just been a rough day today. You know what I'm saying? And then it was times where I'm like, I'm good. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? And you just go through a roller coaster of emotions. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard to try to explain it to somebody that has never been there. Or someone that is still married. You can't relate to what I'm dealing with, you know? And for me, you know, going through it multiple times, I really felt like a failure, you know, and I think that's the reason why, when it came to this situation, you know, I tried to make sure I stayed in it. I wanted my kids to, you know, have their stepdad and dad around, and, you know, all of that good stuff. And so, I remember telling you, Sheena, be grateful that you ain't got no kids. I remember saying that, like, you ain't got no kids, Sheena, you ain't got no kids. And I'm like, I think that like really, you know, weighed on me when it came to my decisions. And I remember telling my therapist, like, you know, I never wanted to be a baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was not my plan, you know? And so I had to get out of my own way and out of my own expectations of what being a mom looked like, being a wife looked like, or being a single mom, you know what I'm saying? Because now, you know, these things have happened, and now I'm choosing to walk away, and now I'm a single mom, you know? And so I had my moments, boy, I'll tell you, but God is good. And I agree with you. Like, definitely God digging out of that hole. I know it was times when you would send me scripture and I'd be like, girl, you don't even know how on time this is. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he sends the people, he sends your tribe, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know or even understand sometimes why, you know, you met somebody or why somebody was introduced to you. But later on, you're like, okay, it makes sense. And so now for me, outside of the fact that, you know, you look, you the one that got this started, okay? Outside of that, I met another amazing stylist, Dina, because of you. And me and you were able to build a bond outside of just in the salon. So I think that's amazing. So, you know, I'm very grateful for that. So, you know, you got to look at the positives. And I think me and you both have been very positive in the midst of these divorces, you know?
Yes.
So look, that brings me to my next question.
Let me sit my seat.
Look, I know it's been a couple of years for both of us. So what's going on with the dating scene?
So this is super new space for me. Like, I have been in a relationship for like the past 10, 11 years, right? So I was a lot younger, you know what I'm saying, when I started out in that relationship. And so now I'm in this dating space at this age. So it's weird.
You saying at this age like you dang on 60.
Like, not in a bad way, but it's weird because it's so different. Like, it's so different.
It is.
I'm definitely open though. I'm open to dating, casually dating. I'm not exclusively dating anyone. but just casually dating, getting to know people. If I'm honest with myself, I do love. But if I'm also honest with myself, I have not met anyone at this point and vetted them, and they vet me to the point where, I'm ready to make a decision to be anything exclusive, because, I don't know nobody that well to make that decision, and vice versa. They don't know me. So, yeah. But but I'm excited about it. I think it's kind of fun, just getting out, meeting people, and just having conversations, and nothing too serious about it. But it's interesting.
It is. But I think for us it's really interesting because we're bosses. You know what I'm saying? When you're self-sufficient and you already kind of got your stuff together, and you're dating, I think it's different because you get the ones that ain't got their stuff together, but they trying to holler, and you're like, you need to get yourself together first before you try to holler at me. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just a weird space.
Yeah.
My question to you is, what are 3 qualities that you look for in a man?
Okay. So
I stumbled at this at the launch. I was like,
3 qualities. Okay. So the first one, like off top, no question, is God-fearing.
Yes.
The second one is huge: integrity. I'm gonna need you to be integral, please.
Because that'll change some of the decisions you make if you got integrity.
Yeah, and that'll actually change my level of attraction to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And trust.
Right. Absolutely. And I think that integral part and that trustworthiness kind of comes into place. And then the third quality that they will have, I would they need to be a man of purpose. So God-fearing, integral, and then somebody that is on their purpose path like I am.
Right. I love it. Y'all better get some applications in.
Attractive too. Like,
look, they better get some applications in.
You gotta be cute.
Right. Look, we accepted applications, but you can't look. I get so tired of my DM blowing up, and I'm like, looking like, good damn well.
Right.
You ain't ready for this. You know that you ain't ready for this. You ain't even got the capacity to deal with a female like me. You ain't even ready because I'm a handful and I'm a full-time job.
Right.
So you ain't ready for that full-time job. Leave me alone.
Right.
Leave me alone. Even talking to me. Even dating me. You look, you gotta have your mind together because
process of elimination.
Right. And I ain't got time, and I ain't letting nobody play with my time and my heart.
Right.
So I tend to ghost or be, MIA, so to speak. So I'm trying to do better in communicating that. Instead of just going ghost, I'm trying to say, I think that's the part that I'm so nice sometimes that I like dance around the truth with some people sometimes. So I might not say, we're not compatible. I might say, like, I think we'd be great. I think we're great friends. Like, leave it there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get better with it. But I don't be wanting to hurt nobody's feelings, and it's it'd be weird because everybody from college and people that you knew from years ago, everybody come out of woodwork, and you like, when you start liking me? I didn't even know you liked me at all.
I already said, I was like, listen, I ain't interested in. No, I ain't even gonna say that.
Right. But I feel you.
But
I feel you.
I'm not trying. I'm trying to do something different this time. I put it like that.
Exactly. I definitely feel like I have, in a lot of aspects, I have settled for what was comfortable and what made sense to me because if I knew someone from my past, and in my mind, I already know them. But that's why I talk about the book. So when truthfully, just because I knew them, don't mean I know them. You know what I'm saying? So even meeting a stranger, I don't know them. Even if I meet somebody I knew 10 years ago, I don't know them. But in my mind,
I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. That's good. Right. I needed to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew you, but I don't know you.
Right. Right.
10 years, 5 years, a day, a month,
lot
a
can
year
change.
can change.
A lot can
Yes.
change. A lot can change in a year. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So yeah. That's real.
So I find myself sometimes when sometimes people talk to me, or let me say guys say stuff to me, and I'm looking like, you do know that I left my husband because part of it was because he cheated, right? So
Okay.
why in the hell do you think that I want to talk to you and you're in a relationship or you're married or whatever? You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, I think you need to look at yourself before you try to talk to me. And that sounds like really mean, but if I left a marriage
Right.
for infidelity,
Yeah.
what makes you think I'm with what you're doing?
Right. Yeah. You know
Why? What makes you think that?
you know what I've been saying to like some of my friends, and even this guy that I know, he's a therapist, and I had mentioned it to him. I was like, the real pandemic is the whole dynamics between men and women. Like,
Right.
there's clearly the biggest missing link.
Right.
Like, it is
Big,
clearly
big,
something
big
that
disconnect.
we don't know about men that
Right.
obviously we ain't trying to learn or something. I don't know what it is. And then vice versa. Men don't know. Because I just don't understand why it has to be that hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For men and women to have healthy relationships. Like, I don't
Right.
like
Right.
it just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
I
why
think
is it
it
so
really
hard?
breaks down to our childhood. You know, we weren't taught. Our parents
Yeah.
didn't teach us. You know, they didn't teach the men, or the boys are constantly, like the moms, if it's a single parent and the mother is taking care of the son, they're the man of the house. So when they get out of the house, you know what I'm saying? It's like they don't know how to treat a woman because they've been under mommy the whole time, and vice versa. Some of us have been thrown into, leadership
Right.
roles in the home, being the big sister, but really being mom.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to being in a relationship, we're not submissive because guess what? We done played this role for so long. We never been taught. We didn't have our dad to show us, that this is how a man's supposed to treat you. We didn't have our mom to show us that this is how, you're supposed to open the door for a lady, or,
Yeah.
a man should, pull the chair out when they sit down at the table, or, you should get your girl flowers. I mean, just simple stuff that, stuff that we might in their mind bitch about when really we're not. This is things that, you should have been taught. And K Michelle came, she had a song, you can't raise a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I had to throw that song on. I'm like, if it's right, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
That's something else supposed to have done.
And then I've seen that meme too where it says moms raise their daughters and they love their sons.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
I don't know how true that is because I've never birthed any kids, but I mean, yeah, it's something. So what it sounds like is just a whole lot of reprogramming that needs to go on.
Right.
For men and women.
Generational curses, like
yeah.
And I think that's also part of some of the fears. You know what I'm saying? If your mom is single and she's single, whatever, and then you feel yourself being in that same box, and you like, damn, like my mom, I don't know, and then it makes you question everything. You know what I'm saying? It makes you question if you should have got a divorce, makes you question all these things. But I truly believe that we are all at the destination we're supposed to be at. It's all about really like processing it and getting to the next step. And, everybody has a different journey, and that journey might be a little different depending on your decisions, but you're still going to get to the ending point.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a question for you? Would you be willing to get married again?
I've been asked that. I've definitely been asked that, and I don't take that question lightly.
Well, let me ask you this because we have a right to change our minds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So where are you right now?
I'm definitely not in the space where I'll be like, oh, I'm going to get married tomorrow. But I'm not against anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm more so just trying to really be open-minded right now. I definitely have kind of like lived in a box when it comes to dating. I've always been in a relationship, saying like me and you, we had this conversation before. Dating has really been obsolete for me my entire life. I have really always been in a relationship.
Okay.
So these last 2 years, I really had to step outside of myself and love on me. I've had friends, and I went on dates and all that stuff like that or whatever, but I had to really like make sure that I loved on myself. I had to make sure I never made decisions based on other people. So it really took a lot of time through therapy, through prayer, through crying, being quiet, not talking to anybody, shutting down, God shutting me up, making me be quiet, not talking to people. I mean, I've been through so many different emotions and roller coasters these last, 2-3 years that, now I'm finally like in a good space. I'm emotionally, mentally, spiritually in a good space when it comes to dating. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm open. Now I don't feel like I'm like, who texting you? I'm not like throwing that baggage, what I'm saying, that I had before on anyone. I could care less. Who's texting you, whatever. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, how I'm gonna be in a relationship, I don't know.
Right.
But as far as dating, I'm out of sight, out of mind. I'm not thinking about it. I could care less. I'm more so like, if I spend time with you, then I spend time with you, and I'm trying not to have no expectations. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? And if you step up to the plate and you show me otherwise, or we have a conversation, and we both, the chemistry there, and we like, okay, we both want the same things, we think we need to be exclusive, then I'm open to that.
Right.
But I can't say tomorrow I'm willing to walk down the aisle. I think that person will have to be very special.
Yeah.
I would really have to be very a lot of the things that I asked for that I did not. So for me, I needed a lot of things. Like, I needed all these things over here. I might needed 5 things, but I only accepted. I only was given one, and I put that. So now I'm realizing. Well, I knew, but now I really am holding myself accountable to knowing that I need more than that. I need more than one thing. I need more than just a man around. You know what I'm saying? I need a provider. I need a leader, a protector. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's honest, God-fearing. Like, it's so many things that I know now that I need. So I can't accept these things. You know what I'm saying? From anyone. So if you can't bring those things to the table, in my mind, leave me the hell alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get in that space sometimes where in my mind, I'm like, good damn well you don't have these qualities. Leave me alone. But they don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have to check myself and be like, people, they don't know. They're gonna try to shoot their shot.
Yeah.
So I just have to stay grounded and really like keep a good village around me. And me, you'd have been out and you'd be like, girl, but look, that's not it, sis. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you need, or girl, I just seen such and such. Like, we need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because listen, these jokers, they be trying.
They try, and they try it. They be trying and trying it.
Right. So I'm just taking my time. I'm not rushing nothing. I'm not forcing anything.
Yeah.
I'm more so just kind of like rolling with the flow. Like, I'm not, hey, what's up? We talk. If we don't, I'm not losing no sleep.
Yeah.
I'm more so just like focused on, my businesses. I'm focused on being a mom.
Yeah.
And just really trying to love me and love me correctly. And if I love me correctly, then I'll never allow anyone to love me incorrectly.
That's right.
So I think that work is like a constant, especially when you have come from the trauma that I come from. I have done a lot of coping and just dealing, you know what I'm saying? And just
likewise.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Just tackle it on to the back with the rest of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's go next. Like, it's that eventually you begin to be numb to stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure that in any other relationship, friendship, that I was not numb.
Yeah.
That I really had feelings.
Yeah.
Because I can definitely be like a bitch. That's the best way to say it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I feel like you playing with me, or I feel like you're playing with my, my time.
That's like a natural response. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so, that's a natural response.
I be having the, you know what I'm saying? Kumbaya. I having some kumbaya moments. You know what I'm saying? But thank God I'm not in that space to even have to have that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, the book, and everything to prove it. You know?
Yeah.
So it's a daily walk, just loving on me, loving on myself, and making sure that anybody that's in my circle is also, pouring that back into me, and I'm able to pour back into them. And if it's not reciprocal, I don't even want to be in the space with
it. Right.
So, yes, ma'am. Look, I'm gonna keep on pressing on with this dating situation, child.
One day at a time.
One foot in front of the other.
Yes, one step at a time.
Right. So tell everybody where they can find you on social media, all your socials.
Okay, so on social media, you can follow us at Civella Beauty Academy. So that's on Instagram and Facebook. And my personal page is Hair the Avenue _Sheena. So Hair the Avenue _Sheena. And I'm Sheena Morning on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. And you follow me on Instagram. I definitely have tagged her the post, so you'll be able to also find the information there too on Instagram, and the information will be in the link for the YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much for coming on the channel with me tonight. I try to make sure I highlight my boss friends and all the different things that they're doing, and just empowering females that are breaking barriers, creating their own lanes, and being leaders and taking the next generation to the next level. And I think that's very, very important. So I want to tell you how proud I am and let you know that I think you're doing an amazing job. And I want you to continue to do what you're doing because it look good. Look good on you. You know what I'm saying? Happiness look good on you. Okay.
Thank you. You too, girl.
So, we're going to keep on pushing. And I wanted to definitely highlight you tonight. So thank you so much for coming up here.
Thanks for having me.
And I want to make sure everybody remember we are here every Wednesday for Women Supporting Women Wednesdays. And on Mondays and Fridays, we will be doing some things too for fitness and motivational. So be sure to tune in, click the notification box up top, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Good night.
Thank you,
Sheena.